Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at a very interesting legend team here for the current Hisui Cup. We're going to take a look at a team here from Executor 8787 with FANG on Drapion as well as Sand Attack on the Gliscor. Sand Attack on Gliscor, I definitely understood a little bit more there as well. I was thinking about this as well in the last video where I used Gliscor. We also have here the Magnezone in the back, which is going to be a cool Pokemon to run here as well, allowing you to have a lot of farm down potential with the Volt Switch doing so much damage, and also of course having the nuke of Wild Charge. But yeah, you're going to have here the lead that's going to be great against ground type Pokemon. You have the Magnezone in the back that doesn't want to face ground type or fighting type Pokemon, where the lead is both good against. And then we're going to have in the back here as well the Drapion, which is supposed to bait out those ground type Pokemon. In this case, we're going to have the Gaston perfectly aligned against our Gliscor. We can just play this one out, just use shields, but as we see here, the opponent decides to forfeit already. And this was a fantastic team here. Pachirisu, not an issue for this team. We have the Spiritomb, which is going to be a very solid matchup for us as well. Ice Fang with a recent buff on this is going to be an interesting choice here on the Drapion. Is of course not generating energy as fast, but is going to have a different coverage and doing a little bit more damage as well at the same time. As we'll see here, we're going to be able to go for the awkward tail against the opponent. This is going to allow us to get nearly the KO. One more fast move is enough, and with that we have the realignment, and Pachirisu is going to go up against a ground type with a ground type fast move and a ground type charge move. And so, yeah, this is not where Pachirisu wants to be. But also, even against Magnezone doesn't really want to be there. And so we have now Drifloon against the Magnezone, and with this game is guaranteed over. There's nothing the opponent can do here, and this is going to be a very good game again. As you see here, they're still going to be in there, but now they decide to forfeit here. So let's move on. We're going to have the Drapion against us. They are running Poison Sting. So if they run, of course, Ice Fang, you want to swap out of here because, yeah, you don't really want to have Ice Fang against the Gliscor. And this is also one of the reasons Gliscor is quite common, where Ice Fang really makes a lot of sense on the Drapion. And so here we can go for the Aerial Ace. This is going to allow us to get them kind of low. And now it depends on if I want to realign or not. I decided to realign by using a shield here. This is going to get out the opponent's Gliscor. And again, here we see actually how much Ice Fang is going to do. We can just use one shield and fully farm them down. And now we have energy still on our lead. We have energy here on our Saisop as well. Saisop is very healthy. The opponent's other Pokemon is nearly dead. So they have basically one Pokemon with two shields. And it's going to be the Gastrodon, which is basically the worst possible Pokemon I could have imagined, and that is not really great for us. Yeah, of course, here the opponent is going to have now a very solid position for themselves, as the ground typing is going to be very difficult for our Magnezone to deal with. We have the defense drop onto it, but also we saw a little bit of lag there on us swapping in there, but they're gonna go for the wall pulls anyway. Well played there. I don't think they had a chance of winning this battle anyway, so yeah, good game to the opponent. Next up, we're going to see Bibarel here. Bibarel is going to not enjoy the aerial aces whatsoever, so we are going to be able to just go ahead and go for that one. This is going to be absolutely amazing. As you're going to see here as well, we're going to be able to use a shield, and we can now go ahead and, yeah, go for another aerial ace. This is going to be alright. We will see here. The area is going to do some solid damage if it connects, but it's going to get shielded. They're still going to try to get the Bibarel there, but I'm fairly certain we can farm them down here. We have the Stab Sand Attack as a fast move, and we can perfectly farm them down in time, which is super, super nice for us. We're going to see here as well, the Spiritomb comes back in, and we're going to be able to do some solid damage here as well. Of course, we can bait a potential move here from us, but as we will see, we are going to be able to go for the Area Ace back-to-back, which gets us the shield and the damage. Like if we run for Earthquake straight away, we will have knocked them out, of course, but this is a safer play. We're going to be able to get both damage onto the opponent as well as the final shield. Rock Tomb is coming through, and in comes here Lucario, but they're running Bullet Punch, which is an interesting choice. I don't really know why people would want to run Bullet Punch Lucario, but this might be something I could explore for a different video. Like, Bullet Punch is very, very cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, absolutely cool Pokemon to have there. But, yeah, like, the move recently got updated. I don't know. I don't know why people would want to run it, though. Like, if you want to run Lucario, you rather want to run it for the fighting type damage, in my opinion, in order to deal with Pokemon like Bibarel or something like this. I don't know. I guess it's a good answer again against the opponent's Spiritomb as you resist the fast move. Could be something like this. I am honestly, I'm a bit surprised. Anyway, we're going to see a Bibarel against us. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for some nice fast move pressure. And we will see here as well that we have another charge move coming through. This is going to be alright. This is going to be very, very good for us, as we'll see here that we still survive with 1 HP, get the alignment. I can go into the Magnet Zone. I'm gonna be able to use a shield here as well because Shadow Ball is going to one-shot us. And this is going to be the Shadow Ball as well. The final Pokemon is going to be a Powder though still, and this is going to be very tough. We have the perfect alignment, but of course in hindsight I should have most likely let the move go against the Magnet Zone and just put everything onto the Gliscor, because now we had to let one move go here, and we have to kind of bait the opponent here, and they have actually a very solid position for themselves as Aerial Ace is not threatening the Hippowdon. Hippowdon is honestly such an underrated Pokemon. I do think that this Pokemon has even more potential than people even expect there. But yeah, as we will see, we are going to be able to not get to another move. We have to hope that basically our Magnet Zone can win us this battle. But we have, of course, double resist damage and the Wild Charge, and so we have to go for the double Mirror Shot. I know that one Wild Charge isn't enough, and this is going to be tricky, and it's not going to be enough. So yeah, good game to the opponent. Still close, but they actually went for the Earth Power here as well, just for a little bit of disrespect, which I definitely enjoy there. Next up, let's see what we're going to have here. We're going to have the Gaston against us. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for a hard-hitting Earthquake against the opponent, which is absolutely fantastic. So, let's see on how this is going to go. We're going to have here the opponent, going ahead and swapping out into their Spiritomb. We have a very solid answer for this, which is great. And so, that is alright for us. We will have here the Rock Tomb coming in, and we're going to try our best to go for a Crunch soon in order to get the KO. This is going to maybe get shielded. Most likely get shielded. Yeah, I expected that it would get shielded because at the end of the day, they're going to get here out with a Rock Tomb stored. And having a Rock Tomb is always kind of nice for them because this will allow them to just pressure us a bit more. And they're going to have the Bastion in the back. This is going to be a close matchup. It's going to be very, very close. We will be able to do some solid damage. I was fearing that a Thunderbolt is going to be able to knock us out straight away. And so I'm going to go straight for that move here. Let's see on how things are going to go. The opponent is going to now go up against the Gliscor. We can go for the Earthquake. Do they let the move go or not? Let's find out here. Are we going to be able to now go ahead and go for the full Farm Down? We're going to have the Farm Down as well against the Spiritomb, and the Gaston is 1 HP. And so while they had still a shield left, we are going to be able to win this battle. Drapion against Stacks. Again, no Ice Punch here already. Ice Fang there already, which we know, which is kind of cool. And we will see here now the Drifblim coming in. We have the Icy Wind coming through, and here's actually kind of some unfortunate stuff happening, which you're gonna see here as well. We are going to be going for the Mirror Shot, and they still get to the move here. They usually shouldn't get to the move here, and this would have allowed us to end up with a Wild Charge stored and realignment, but we're still not gonna give up here. Of course, it's kind of unfortunate, but we're still not gonna give up here at all. We're gonna be able to go for another Area Ace against the opponent here. We are in a very awkward spot though, but we have Ice Fang damage that comes through against both of the opponent's Pokemon as like one-time super effective and one-time neutral damage, and so I'm actually quite alright with my situation here right now. I can go for the Awkward Tail against the opponent's Drapion. We see that we lose the CMP tie though, which is kind of unfortunate, and as we will see here as well, we are gonna have the CMP tie again. I decide to use a shield. It is a bit risky, absolutely, but at the end of the day, I'm fairly certain they're going to be forced to use a shield here, I assume. Yeah, and here, if we can go for the full Farm Down, we should be alright, and I know that we should be able to take an Awkward Tail here. It just depends on if they're gonna get to move here with the Vespiquen. They don't, and with that, we're gonna be able to win the game here immediately. A good game to the opponent. Nothing they're gonna be able to do here anymore, and we're gonna be able to get the Farm Down done here with the Drapion. Actually was closer than expected at the end. Next up, let's see, we're going to have here the Togekiss. That's going to be interesting. We're going to be able to swap out here straight away into our Drapion. We have 2 solid answers, and they're going to go into the Lucario, which of course is not the Pokemon I would have liked to see here. But let's see. We're going to be able to... They're going to go ahead and go for another charge move. That's going to knock us out. It's Power Punch though, and they have that Force Palm. Force Palm Power Punch I think is actually a great play in the current meta. I kind of would like to try out Lucario as well, I guess. But yeah, let's see on how this is going to work out for us. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for the full Farm Down, I want to say, but we're actually not going to be able to do that. So, yeah, they're going to go for another Power Punch. It's going to be alright. And we will see here that they're going to go back into the Togekiss. Please don't have a Ground type. There is Spiritomb. This is not a Ground type, but it's also not way better for me. Like, it's definitely not way better for me. This is going to be a bit awkward for me now, because as we will see, they just do a little bit too much damage. Like, they literally just do a little bit too much damage. And I was trying to go for the CMP tie, hoping that I would win the CMP tie. but I'm not sure, like, I didn't get my charge move buttons. I don't know if it actually mattered or not. I assume it didn't matter, and I assume that the opponent actually would have been able to win the team P-tie anyway. But if it did, that would have been kind of unfortunate here. But yeah, as we will see here, the opponent is now going to take the aerial ace from us. That's going to be alright, but it's not going to be enough to knock them out. So yeah, unfortunate there. Very unfortunate. Without the debuff, we would be fine. I, again, don't know exactly if we are winning CMP tie or not, but yeah, let's move on to the next opponent. Spiritomb, we're gonna get out the Gaston here. This is exactly on how this team kind of supposed to work. You kind of want to get out this type of Pokemon here, so yeah, this is going to be cool for us. We're gonna be able to now go ahead and go into the Gliscor. That's cool, and we can try our best here to go for the full farm. Of course, Water Pulse is going to do a lot of damage, so we have to use a shield there. This is going to be cool though, because we still have the area ace start now nearly. They're going to go back into a Drapion with Ice Fang. That did a lot of damage, but it's going to be alright for us here, because this will allow us to resist the fast move. And I guess we should be, yeah, we definitely should be good here, as we'll see. The charge move coming through here, Mirror Shot, is going to allow us to get them kind of low. We can go for another move. It's going to be a tough one. We have to kind of fully farm them down here with the... Oh, they let this move go. I think this is a mistake by the opponent, because I can basically stall the time here a little bit. This will allow me to maybe even get a drop onto them. I do get the attack drop onto them, which is quite lucky, 30% chance, so like I'm definitely taking this. But as we will see, they're still forced to go for a charge move here, and I don't think they're going to get to another charge move in time, and so this should be alright for us, as we can go for the farm down, and yes, we win with a few HP left. Next up, we are going to see here the Drapion against us. It's going to be again super effective fast move pressure from us. They of course have the Awkward Tail, which doesn't one-shot us at least, which is a good thing, but again, there's still a lot of damage. Yeah, over a long period of time there. So let's say here Awkward Tail is coming through. We're going to have the shield coming. No, we have no shield this one. We can fully farm them down, I think, so it's going to be alright for us as well. And as we will see here, we're going to have the gas turn. We can go for a crunch against the opponent. And this is going to be alright. This is going to do some solid damage. And we can align ourselves again. We have to be a bit mindful with the potential of Water Pulse in this team here. Water Pulse is going to be a bit tricky. And they're going to go for Body Slam. They might not even run Water Pulse here. I go for the full farm down here. Nearly. I actually kind of didn't want to risk it. Like, if they bait me and then go for a Water Pulse, like, this is going to be very tough for us. And as I decide to use a shield, I expect that they actually have the correct move here. They do have the correct move. They have that Water Pulse. They have the Bastion in the back. And I can go for the bait here. This is very risky. Please, shield. They do shield, and with this, I win the battle. Good game. Earthquake is coming through in time. Absolute good game to the opponent. Nothing they are going to be able to do here anymore. And we can move on to the next opponent, where we encounter Gliscor against the Drifblim. That's going to be cool. We will be able to go ahead and go up against the Germnaa as well. We can try our best to go for Crunch. This is going to be alright here, as this is going to get the shield from the opponent. We cannot do anything else, to be fair here. We're going to be able to go into our Gliscor now, though. That's going to be alright. Yeah, again, Water Pulse is going to be the issue. We have to kind of farm them all the way down here. Let's see on how this is going to go. They're going to go for another charge move. It's going to be another Water Pulse. It was faster than I expected, so we're going to be in a bit of a difficult spot here. We are quite in some trouble, as we are swapping out here into the Magna Zone against the Spiritomb. And again, that's going to be a tough matchup. I don't think this is going to be something we can win. Spiritomb is quite overpowered though. Like, the fast move pressure of this Pokemon is insane in the meta, where you don't really have a lot of bulk. You don't have fighting type Pokemon to resist. And so yeah, I don't know, it's a bit of a tough one. Here we go, I'll still be able to go for the Wild Charge, but I don't think that this is going to really work out for us, as Drifblim in the back would have been cool if we had energy, but we don't, and so we move on to the next opponent. Next up, we're going to have Gaston in the lead. That's exactly where we kind of want to face this Pokemon. Of course, they would have the option to go for the Water Pulse, but I can just go straight for a charge move here for the Earthquake, and they decide to use a shield here. So it's going to be a bit more of a tough one here. I'm going to be able to go for a shield. It's going to be the Body Slam. They swap out into their own Drapion with Ice Fang. I sure went into my Magna Zone instead. But I have a bit of a damage lead against the opponent, which is kind of alright for me. So I should be hopefully able to farm them down before they can get to another charge move. And so let's see on how this is going to go. They decide to use a shield. But to be fair, I guess I can just go into my Magna Zone and try to farm them down. I think I should have got a free fast move in here, which is actually very unfortunate that I don't get this off. Because, yeah, like, they would have been down now. They would have been down already. I lagged here. They went for 2 fast moves. I was only going for 1 fast move. I couldn't swap out. It just came over this one. Like, this was kind of a very unfortunate team here. Like, matchup here at the end, because it was out of my hands, I feel like. But, yeah. It is what it is. I don't think we have a chance here of winning unless they have Bastion in the back. And we have Earthquake that can land. And yeah, never say, yeah, good game to the opponent too early, because as we will see, we're still going to be able to win this final one. They had tricked you at the end. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like. And I'll see you then. Bye bye.